Guys, subscribe for the latest in boxing. So Billy Joe Saunders will be defending his WBO middleweight championship of the world against Demetrius Andrade, or Andre, however you say his name. I like this fight. I think this fight is going to be very competitive. Very competitive. Much more competitive than when Billy Joe Saunders fought David Lemieux. Because talent-wise, Demetrius Andrade is much better than David Lemieux. For some reason, I get the impression that people don't like this fight. I saw some dude say, with talking shit about Billy Joe Saunders fighting Demetrius Andrade. It's like, what's not to like about this fight? You got two young fighters who are undefeated, who are very technically skilled. Now, this is more of a purist type of fight. I don't see either of these men getting knocked out. Both Demetrius Andrade and Billy Joe Saunders are technical fighters. They're boxers, really. You know, when it comes to the height department, Demetrius Andrade, even though he started his professional career at 154 and he moved up in weight to middleweight, he's taller. He's about 6'1", while Billy Joe Saunders is listed at 5'11". And I also believe that Andrade has a longer reach. Andrade is kind of an ambush fighter. He's a guy who has the ability to outbox his opponent, but he also could smother his opponent. While Billy Joe Saunders is more of a pure boxer, right? You never really see Billy Joe Saunders rough up an opponent. He's more of a boxer. That's what he is. He boxes. He tries to counter. And look at how he outboxed David Lemieux. Both of these guys are pretty fast, but I think that Billy Joe Saunders might be a bit faster on his foot speed. At least that's my first impression of this. I believe he's a bit faster. But Demetrius Andrade has the longer reach. Billy Joe Saunders is not a big puncher. Demetrius Andrade is not a big puncher himself. This is why I don't think this fight's going to get stopped. I think it's going to go the distance. I think this is going to be a chess match. I think it's going to be one of those fights where you either give Billy Joe Saunders a round or you give Demetrius Andrade a round. That's the type of fight this fight is. He either wins one round, maybe one round you might say, oh, I gave that to, I thought Demetrius Andrade edged this. And then the next round you'll be like, I think Billy Joe Saunders won this fight. But I have a feeling whoever wins this fight, it's going to be via decision. Demetrius Andrade and Billy Joe Saunders both have one thing in common. They're very inactive. You know, Billy Joe Saunders went like 2 years without fighting. And if you remember, he gained weight during those 2 years. And he had to lose that weight. Demetrius Andrade has a history of being inactive. I mean, he has not fought since October 2017 when he fought... I covered that fight in my original channel. That undefeated guy, that Fox dude. That was a very boring fight, by the way. But he is one of these guys who is very inactive. The last time I was really impressed by Demetrius Andrade was when he fought... God, I already forgot that guy's name. That dude who... Willie Nelson. When he fought Willie Nelson, that was the last time I was really impressed by Demetrius Andrade. Like, I thought he put on a masterclass against Willie Nelson. But that was like 3 years ago now. But again, that's something that concerns me is his inactivity. But I expect this to be one of those purist type of fights where it might not be the most exciting fight. It might not be the most thrilling fight. But it's a fight between two technicians. You know, just compare when Billy Joe Saunders fought Willie Monroe. Oh, is that? I already forgot his name, but when Monroe. Just compare when he fought him than when he fought David Lemieux. He schooled David Lemieux. He absolutely schooled him. But it wasn't as easy when he fought Willie Monroe. He still easily beat him, but it was more of a chess match, right? Why? Because his style. He was more of a guy who was more of a technical type of fighter. The difference, though, with Andrade is he's a much bigger version of Willie Monroe, and he's a much better version of Willie Monroe. He's a counterpuncher himself. So this is a pretty interesting fight. I think this is an underrated fight. Again, I don't think it's going to be that exciting. I don't think anyone's going to get knocked out, or put down, although I might be wrong. But I don't know why people are hating this fight. I think this fight is better than people think it is. I think it's a fight between two technicians. And this is only Demetrius Andrade's second fight at middleweight. or he fought once against an undefeated dude who was like 6'4", like that big Fox dude who he schooled. And this is his very second fight. So let's see if he's able to beat him, because you know the winner of this fight should fight the winner of Gennady Golovkin versus Canelo Alvarez, right? I mean, rightfully so, they should. But again, when it comes to like Canelo Alvarez, he seems like he never, you know, even Gennady Golovkin, you know, we don't know if he's gonna fight these guys because many people claim that GGG has been not ducking Billy Joe Saunders. I don't know if that's true. I don't think it would be true. I don't think he'll be afraid of someone like Billy Joe Saunders, because in terms of, you know, punching power, he's not a threat. But you know, many people say it's because of his skill set. So maybe, you know, but you know what? I really doubt that. But some people have claimed this. Canelo Alvarez, I think, because Canelo Alvarez has slow foot speed, I think Billy Joe Saunders will do really good against Canelo Alvarez. Even demetrius Andrade, because he's much faster on his foot speed than Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is very slow, flat-footed. You know, he's really strong, really powerful, but he's flat-footed. I think it'll be more difficult for them to fight Gennady Golovkin though, because he knows how to cut the ring off. So yeah, I actually would favor Billy Joe Saunders and demetrius Andrade over Canelo Alvarez, but I wouldn't favor them over GGG. I think that would be way more competitive, because he actually knows how to cut the ring off and walk a guy down, and he'll be more in your face. And the question is, can you sustain his power? How long can you keep him off you? Can you do this for 12 rounds? That'll be the question. You know, so yeah, this is a decent fight. Just let you guys know my opinion of this fight. And yeah, guys, subscribe, and I'm out.